Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We weren't done yet. There are two more hadiths from the Prophet that need our attention. But before going into that, we need to remind ourselves of the centrality of the concept of wilayah in Islam and its crucial role in our guidance. The means through which we are guided and protected from misguidance is by forming a bond of wilayah which is connected to the wilayah of Allah, His Prophet, and those chosen ones, who are the authorities that unite and protect the mu'mineen and enable the movement towards our lofty purpose in life. This is beautifully represented in the verses of Surah Ma'idah, which culminate to the famous verse of wilayah. إنما وليكم الله ورسوله والذين آمنوا الذين يقيمون الصلاة ويؤتون الزكاة وهم راكعون. Now, we have so far established the wilayah of Ali ibn Abi Talib, but the thing is, we find that the Prophet did not stop there. Just like the previous ahadith, we have another hadith accepted across the board that the Prophet said, يَكُونُ بَعْدِ إِثْنَ عَشَرَ خَلِيفَةً. This concept has been narrated in these words as well as very similar words so many times, one wonders who the Prophet is referring to. But interestingly, the different ways the hadith has been reported make it very clear who is in fact intended by this hadith. So for example, Ali and his 11 children, or Ali, Hassan, Hussein and his 9 children, and so on. I think it's pretty clear who the Prophet meant. Another hadith mentioned by the Prophet and which is accepted across the board is one where the Prophet said, "Man mata la ya'rifu imamah mata mitatan jahiliya." The Prophet in this hadith, coupled with the previous ones, teaches us not only that Imamah is a part of deen, but in fact it is a fundamental component of the religion. All this shows us that Imamah isn't something created by a group of people. Rather, it is an underlying concept of Islam as taught directly by the Prophet himself, and followers of this Islamic reality have been tagged as Shias along history, not to mention many other names. By now, you got the gist that this is a very brief recap and doesn't do justice to the whole discussion, so make sure to watch session 8 in its entirety.